Hello, guys, and welcome back to UHS Ultra Hard Survival Beta 5, Ultra Hard Survival 2, Beta 5, Season 3. We are actually doing post commentary again. I messed up the recording again. I'm so sorry. I apologize. So I figured it's kind of an important episode, so I thought I would do a post commentary instead of discarding my footage. Here, what I've done is at the beginning of the episode, I threw some cobble into the portal to allow the Twilight Forest world to generate, and then I just went and did a few things. Like pick up my food, and right here I am picking up my stencils that I left in the village. That will allow the world to load up so that I don't get lag when I first spawn in. Hopefully the Twilight Forest biome that I land in isn't something bad like swamp or like the Hydra biome with the flaming inferno stuff happening. This throwing a cobble into the portal and then walking away for a few minutes is something that I learned from Wylde also. He actually did it to load up the nether properly before he walked into it, because the nether is actually quite difficult. It can be difficult sometimes if you get a bad spawn, but I think it should work with the Twilight Forest also. I know that entities can transfer into and out of Twilight Forest by walking into the portal. So yeah, should work. The very first time I went into Twilight with my friends, with I think it was like Gowden and Draco, I believe. The first time we played FTV, the first time we went to the Twilight Forest, we ended up in one of those Hydra biomes, and then we had to fight a Hydra. It was like our first experience in Twilight Forest. We didn't know anything about it, and we thought that was normal to spawn into a flaming swamp with like jets of fire like coming out of the ground and stuff. And yeah, I didn't realize until I had gone into Twilight a few more times that really wasn't normal. That's the only time that I ever spawned in to that kind of biome. So the couple that we threw in isn't in the portal anymore. I'm hoping that it would have loaded up the Twilight Forest now. So here we go. Wish us luck. All right. I already saw here that I had spawned into like a swamp-ish area, and I can see caves, and I can see a spawner over there. This is actually a hollow hill that I've spawned next to, and mobs are coming out of us immediately to attack us. Welcoming party. Yeah, this is something that I will like. I usually try to cover up my spawn just so that I don't. This is that's really bad for just zombies. Like the amount of zombies to come out of the cave and just start attacking me. Also, I was pointing out here that this is a swamp biome, and the reason I don't want to spawn in to a swamp biome is because you get these mosquito swarms that they're very hard to see, and you have to pay attention. You have to be listening out for them. I do believe that, I'm not sure if the sound got recorded, might not have, but anytime I can hear like the mosquitoes, I kind of just quickly start turning sharply and trying to find them. So yeah, this needs to be covered up. I cannot have zombies coming out to greet me every time I walk into Twilight Forest. And there's some zombies there. And there's some zombies in that little pool. I was worried at first that he'd be able to get out of the pool, but there isn't any way for him to get out. So yeah, this so far not a great spawn. Good thing I have a diamond sword that can finish them off fairly easily. So yeah, so here I'm just, oh, spider, bane of my life, spiders. You see that diamond sword just cut that thing down in like one hit. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that I haven't taken any zombie damage up till now. I only took half a heart of damage from the mosquito swarm. And there's a guy in gold pants. Hey guy. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not sure what causes the zombies to jump like that, but it's terrifying, and I've never seen it happen outside of UHS. I think it must be something to do with the mods in the pack. There was a zombie that I was expecting to come at me, but at this point I'm looking for it and waiting for it, and it's disappeared. At first I thought that it went invisible and I was waiting for it, but then I realized that it had actually fallen into the portal. It just walked into the portal and disappeared, and that's something that we have to watch out for when we go back to the overworld. So yeah, I think this is sufficiently blocked off, this side too, but just to make sure, I think I'll just cover up every little hole. There's some blue guys over there. Those are kobolds. They're little I don't know, they're little guys. They make terrifying noises. They kind of laugh at you, and they drop gold nuggets and wheat. I don't know why they do that, but anyway, those are kobolds. They're kind of scary. So this is a hollow hill. This is a small hill. There's a small and large varieties, and it's full of, on the inside, you'll, like, if I go in there at some point, you'll see that there's ores everywhere. There's just these huge pillars coming down from the ceiling, and they're just full of ores. I don't think there are any diamond ones in the small hills, but in the large hills, there's a lot of diamonds and glowstone and every kind of, there's another swarm, every kind of ore that you need. So that's actually, like, if you can clear out the zombies and the other mobs and the spawners, there are spawners and there are also chests. If you can clear those out, then you can get a lot of loot from that. And I think that I will probably do that at some stage when I am better prepared. So here I am just starting to build a little hut. I hadn't intended, well, I kind of hadn't anticipated that I would need to be doing this, because I guess I wasn't prepared for my spawn to be so terrible. But I need to start fortifying my position, well, my spawn, so that next time I come in, I won't get attacked. Sadly, I didn't finish enough cobble to finish I didn't bring enough cobble to finish my little makeshift hut. So I guess for now I kind of want I decided that I'll just find the things that I wanted to find in Twilight, and then I will go back to the overworld, maybe bring some more cobble. And that sheep, that what do you call it, bighorn sheep, nearly pushed me into the hole. So yeah, those trees, those brown spotted trees, those are what indicate to me, at least. I'm not sure if that's what it actually is, but those trees, they're called mangrove trees, and they seem to only grow in these kind of swamps. So that's how I know. Here, I just spotted a zombie out in broad daylight, and he's holding a bow. What a jerk. I only had 4 arrows. I checked quickly in my inventory, but good thing is that zombies are not very good at shooting bows. They kind of suck with bows. So yeah, he didn't even drop any. Oh, there's another swarm. He didn't drop any arrows either. What a jerk. So I can see some deer. I'll harvest. I wanted to harvest some leather from the deer, but I just wanted to make sure that I don't kill them all off, because I want to eventually breed them, maybe bring them into the overworld and breed them so I can get leather and steak from them, like if we were thinking long term. But for now I just need 6 leather so that I can make my knapsack. The knapsack is very useful. It basically doubles my non-hot slot inventory, so it's like carrying a little chest on my back, and it doesn't cost any slots. Like the knapsack itself doesn't cost slots. There's another swarm. Whenever I stop and start turning quickly, it's because I can hear the mosquito swarms. Like, you have to really be aware of where they are, because they can just sneak up on you, and especially because they're so hard to see, it can catch you off guard. Now here, one other thing that I wanted to get from Twilight was slime balls, and I can see a slime in the mini map underground, but it's surrounded by mobs. So I'm sort of debating whether I want to go down and try and get the slime. Is it worth trying to kill all those mobs for the slime? Because if I can get one slime, I decided it's not worth it after all of that. If I can get a slime, I can make a pickaxe with a slime head, and that will allow me to very, very slowly dig out obsidian. And then I only need, I can make Elamite if I can get 2 bits of obsidian. But of course you need to get the obsidian first. So yeah, my choices were to get a slime. Here I'm trying to find a slime island on the map, but it doesn't seem like there are any. The slime islands are big green, lime green things floating in the sky, but it doesn't seem like there are none. So yeah, my options here is, one is find some slime, and you make a slime pickaxe, and harvest some obsidian, or I can use my I only have the 1 extra diamond. I can put that on my iron pickaxe as a modifier, and then I can harvest obsidian that way. But of course I'd really much rather not do that, because once I get my obsidian, then I'm going to throw out that pickaxe that I had put my diamond on. So yeah, I think I decided that I will go back to the overworld and just check to see if there are also any slime islands nearby there. I don't think there are, but I'll double check. So yeah, here I was just trying to find some mossy cobble. Twilight's a good place to find mossy cobble, or stone brick. There's one right there. There's a pillar of nothing that's just made out of mossy cobble. Mossy stone brick. The reason is because you can craft 9 mossy cobblestone or mossy stone brick into an item called a moss ball, and then you can add that to your weapon or your tool, and that will make the tool regenerate over time by itself, so you don't need to repair it really. And for the more expensive materials like elamite and bronze, that's kind of invaluable, because you don't want to be every time the tool starts to break or gets damaged, you don't want to be repairing it with bronze or elamite. Like, that's very expensive to maintain. So adding the moss modifier to a tool or weapon is beneficial, especially with something like a pickaxe or a sword. Sword not so much, they don't really break that much, but the pickaxe definitely will wear down really fast, especially if you're using it a lot. So I'm just digging all of this out, and I had actually just seen something in the distance that I wanted to investigate also. There are these they look like little houses, but sort of destroyed. So I'm looking for it now. I had seen it, and I couldn't remember which direction it was in. I wanted to just look, because sometimes they have hidden cache under the floors. So that's what I wanted to find here. But I seem to be getting a little bit lost. Just watching this, I'm actually getting a bit disorientated again. Was it? I think it was in this direction. Oh, that's where I was digging out the cobblestone, the mossy stone brick. I'm like, at this point, I'm thinking that I should get higher. Like, I should find there it is. Okay. But approaching this, I'm looking on my mini map, and it seems to be a lot of mobs. Oh, there's another swarm. The swarms actually make a noise. The noise that they make is the same as the noise that I make when I get hurt. So it seems like I am taking damage. Hello, Mr. Pig. So I'm looking on my mini map here, and it seems like there are a lot of mobs down there. And I'm just trying to decide if it's worth investigating. There's actually some light down there. I didn't want to peek in too deep because I didn't want to get hit by a skeleton. But yeah, I had a look, and it seemed like it was just a bad idea overall. So I will leave that for now. And then the next thing that I wanted to find in Twilight was a castle. Swarm! Get it! Whew, I'm getting good at finding those swarms. Like, I only took damage from one, and that was only half a heart. I was hoping to find a castle, a lich castle. They usually spawn. There's usually one near where I spawn. In most of the games that I've played where I managed to get to Twilight, there usually isn't one usually there's one that's not too far away from spawn, but sadly it looks like there isn't one nearby. I'll have to do a bit more exploring to find one, and maybe I'll do that when I come back, when I'm all prepared and stuff. But in the meantime, I wanted a book for my enchanting table. I had completely forgotten that I had pilfered a bunch of books from the village. So now I'm heading back to those deer, I think, so that I could get a little bit more leather. There's a silverwood tree in the distance there behind our little hill. I want to eventually... Oh, here's another entrance that they come out. Oh, and there's another swarm. And it dropped a minium shard. Nice. I wanted to eventually clear out this... just block this off for safety's sake. I wanted to clear out the hollow hill. Maybe later on when I'm more prepared. Yeah, that is not good news. I don't know if you can see it on the mini-map, but there's quite a lot of mobs there. Those little purple spider thingies, those are swarm spiders, I believe. There's a lot of them. I find that using a scythe on them is good because they're small and they're hard to hit. Okay, just need to get my one leather. Please give me leather. And he gave me 2. See, you just have to ask them. Can you please drop 1 leather when you die so I can make my book? Yeah, as I mentioned, I had forgotten that I already had books from the villagers. But yeah, I'm still trying to find that castle, I think. But no luck. There's a lot of places that you can explore in Twilight that will give you things. Like give you loot and stuff. But yeah. And then I guess I had gotten everything that I wanted to get from Twilight, so I'm gonna go back and finish my little hut. I'll just make it out of dirt. Because there's nothing else to make it out of. I'll bring cobblestone next time. I think it's better that it's safe, even though it's not very good material to build with in terms of, safety and stuff. At least it would be closed off. And I think that I've got the zombie spawns under control, but you can never be too careful. Wylde, actually, I watched Wylde on his... I feel like I mentioned Wylde a lot. He deserves to be mentioned. He made this mod pack, and it's a really good mod pack. But yeah, he will usually... He actually built a little house in the nether the first time he went into the nether on one of his deaths, or one of his, runs. And he actually brought really nice building materials like half slabs and glass, and it was beautiful. It was like a temporary house, but it was beautiful. It's at this point that I was starting to get paranoid that I hadn't recorded my sounds, with good reason, because I haven't. So I decided to stop and just check. But that's the end of the episode, so thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you next time. Thanks. Goodbye.